Hey everybody, it's your favorite time of the day. It's time for Open Bar, where we have taboo talks straight up and on the rocks. And I'm your host, Beth Robb, and this is my gorgeous husband. Why are you looking at me like that? This is my
It's
gorgeous
your voice.
husband. Huh?
It's your voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I
Oh,
thought it was so sexy. I was just going, wow.
oh, hey.
I was about ready to, we'll be back in 20
We'll
minutes.
see you later, and y'all just wait here. That's my gorgeous husband,
J. Robb, the guru of peace.
otherwise known as,
OG of protein.
oh, and the
What?
GOP,
Oh,
baby.
the GOP. That's right. I got so many acronyms and synonyms.
I don't even know who
and-
you are anymore.
I don't know who I am. I'm the co-host of Open Bar. That's
You
who my
are the
new
co-host of
identity
it.
is.
Thank goodness.
Well, you done something
I
different
can't-
today? You look extremely gorgeous. I don't know
Oh.
what it is. Your hair's
I
perfect
had
or
a ham
something.
sandwich for lunch.
It's
It was really good.
when you have ham sandwiches, it brings about a different kind of glow. Or
It does.
something.
It's the sodium. I'm 100% convinced.
That's good. Kind of
Hey,
mellows
before
her
we
out.
begin,
Oh, thank you. Oh,
I'd like to propose a toast. Today, we're having cherry mules
Cherry
in
mules.
honor of our good friend, the Big Chill. This is I'd say it's his drink of choice every time we go, and they're
Yeah.
delicious. They're so
Yeah.
good. We could drink them all day.
we love you, Rob Brisky.
Oh.
We know the
you're
Big
just calling
Chill.
him out like his
That's
name.
right, I
There's
am.
no code name.
No code. No. We got to call him out. Big Chill, we love you. Whoa, dripping all over here.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a personal problem.
Ohos,
Ohos.
ahos,
Ahos.
and salute. Here we go.
The best. The best.
Ooh, she
One of
made-
the best drinks ever.
She made this one, and it's heavy on the ginger beer. You can really feel it in your throat.
Oh, well.
I like it.
Well, good. It doesn't sound like you're in pain.
Can I have another one, please? I'll sip through this one. We'll be
Okay,
fine.
speaking of sodium, this was not even on our schedule today,
Okay. Okay.
but I have a personal beef with it.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
With me?
Not necessarily, maybe a little bit,
Uh-oh.
not on purpose.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so, but I think a lot of people deal with this.
Okay.
And I don't quite know how to even phrase the question, but have y'all noticed that everybody nowadays is on a different diet plan? And I get it. I know we all, certain people have health issues or whatever, that you have to deal with. But, I remember one time we sat down at dinner and there were 5 of us sitting down in our family at dinner.
Yeah.
And everybody was on a different plan. Different people, like somebody wasn't having dairy because of whatever, and another person wasn't having gluten, and then you were like a vegetarian or something. I mean, everybody, and I'm thinking, why? What has gone on? And again, I understand the whole, like, if you're going through like a health situation where you need to, maybe remove some items because of an allergy, and sincerely an allergy, not just because you're jumping on the bandwagon. Do you know what I mean? Like of other
Yeah.
people that are like, oh, this is the cool thing to do. And I get it. But I feel like we've gotten away from, just having a family dinner where whoever's cooking, that's what you eat. And that's how I grew up.
Yeah, but I think that, just in all fairness,
Okay.
I think this night, I remember that night, and we were having deep fried Twinkies and ho-hos for dessert. And I said, I kind of draw the line there. But, no, I'm just kidding, but
Okay. I don't even.
seeing it impaired my memory. I don't even remember exactly what happened because of those Twinkies, but
I don't even think you and I have ever had a Twinkie in our home
this week.
at all.
This week.
No, at all.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
I
didn't
don't
know
think
they
I've
still
had
made 'em.
Twinkies since I was a little kid. And I didn't even hardly have any then. They weren't my thing.
She was more of a ho-ho girl.
Oh, and you were the ding dong. Hey, I'm on my mule kick today. I'm ready to play. Let's go. No, but do you know what I'm saying? Like it gets to a point where I think it's a distraction. It's almost disruptive. And I don't quite know what to do about it because I do. I love when people do take
Yeah.
their health seriously and they try to do things to better themselves, and and I do. But I also think there's a point where, you know what, it's dinner time, and what is on that table we should be grateful for. And if you can't have this or that on there because of whatever allergy or whatever,
Yeah, allergies are one thing, but
they are.
well, I think what's happened in America, though, I mean, is
That's good.
I'll call it criminal. What's happened in America, though, is that foods that you thought were real foods, or foods that if you look back to the 1950s when I was a wee young lad, the quality of the foods were basic and they weren't adulterated too bad. I think
yeah.
and I think in '56 they invented Crisco or something. I'm not picking on Crisco, the name, but they invented hydrogenated fats. They figured out they could press hydrogen through an oil, and it would saturate it, making it firm at room temperature. So then they thought, well, let's use this instead of real animal fats like lard and tallow, or even just butter that was naturally saturated in medium chain triglyceride, which is easy to break down and burns pretty regular. People don't realize that butter burns quicker and better than you think because it's a medium triglyceride, even though it's saturated. But when you start adulterating foods, I think that's when we got derailed, or we went off the chain a little bit. Back in the early days, when you ate an actual meal, and if it was even if it was like fried chicken or something, if it was cooked in lard and the flour was fresh and you ground it yourself, whatever we do.
Wow.
I never
Okay.
did, and we never did, but
No.
it sounded good on
It's
camera.
like Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, it's like, let's crank this down. And we would like do this and get the masa going, get the corn broken down.
Okay. Go ahead.
We got the maize, and then we had the maize going in. So anyway, when you make it yourself and you consume those foods, I think there's few problems. But when they started adding artificial ingredients, chemicals, preservatives, and other things to meals, I think it's disrupted our digestive system to the point where some people don't digest or handle food. Then you have the antibiotics issue,
Okay.
where people's intestines really got kind of screwed up. Then you have the people who have SIBO, however you want to pronounce that, where you have your midsection infiltrated with bacteria. So I think it throws us all off a little bit on what we should be eating. I'm 100% with you. Whatever is fixed in a family, I think it's way better if you just pick natural foods. Let's say the mom's cooking the dinner. We're going to go traditional here, and don't write in and bite my head off. The little woman's in the kitchen.
You did not just say that. Oh my gosh.
I did. Wait.
Bad. You're bad.
Yo, dudes. So get the little woman in there. Make sure she's barefoot.
Oh my gosh.
Make
he's
sure she's
kidding.
barefoot. Make sure she's barefoot.
Why do you tease them?
Because it's an open bar. I can
They
do what I
don't
want.
know
I'm
you.
opening up. I'm drinking, and we're having fun. So
They don't know you though.
they do now.
They
No,
should by now.
But whoever's cooking the dinner,
Doesn't matter, they always
But
love me.
we prefer the little woman to be in there and putting it together. If the ingredients are real and you're putting it together, and you're really not using cans and every
Cans. Okay.
cans of things, even though they've been around. Canning's not the end of the world, but the
agree.
fresher the better.
Yeah.
The meat, anything you can get fresh. I think most people can handle that. Well, you got to figure now dairy's almost all pasteurized. I mean, in Southern California or in California, period, I think you can get some raw milk products.
Yeah.
At least raw
In
milk.
Florida, you can't.
It's next to impossible there. I think certain parts of Texas might. I think they had that
I
one
don't
farm we
know.
went to that one time.
Yeah, but it was for animal consumption. That's what
yeah,
they
but
have to
you
say.
can still buy it. I mean, that's
Well,
just,
that's how you can get it in Florida too.
Yeah, and they've cracked down in California. But anyway, when you start adulterating,
Criminal.
I think is the word I'm looking for. When you start adulterating foods and putting things in them that shouldn't be there and trying to preserve them unnaturally.
Okay.
In the old days, everything was preserved with salt. That's why bacon was so salty.
but I
All
don't-
things were salty.
And are you saying that now it's caused more issues so that when you do have a dinner, it's harder for,
I think
don't know
people
what
are
you're
having
saying.
health issues and they're suspecting it's their
Oh,
food
yeah,
because
yeah.
they go, I just ate a bowl of ice cream and my stomach hurts. But if it was a natural bowl of ice cream, it probably wouldn't. Or if you made it yourself, it probably wouldn't.
So,
Not all the time, but I'm just saying our food has been just I'll use the same word, adulterated to the point where you don't recognize real food. I mean, I remember in the 50s it was all butter. In the early 60s it was all butter. And then suddenly margarine came out. Again, hydrogenated oil.
Listen.
And it was cheaper, and so that's what we switched to.
No,
I've never been the same.
My parents made, Crisco was a staple in our house. And so is margarine, because it spread better. And it does spread better. But
margarine,
Crisco, all of that.
Is all less expensive.
But it's still, so I grew up on all that. But I also grew up on fried chicken and lard, and I grew up on butter, and, they kind of flip-flopped around. But my point is, I was a Miracle Whip kid. Like, I was the kid that grew up in that era.
Instead of mayonnaise, you go to Miracle Whip,
Yes. We have both, but yes. So, but my mom also still, they butchered a cow, they butchered a hog. Like, we had
and then froze
natural
it.
meat,
so
and then
froze
froze
it. When you
it.
ate it, it wasn't 2 weeks old in a grocery store.
Then we got a ham from Kretschmar. So we had real food. Like, potatoes were always mashed, like from
real
potatoes,
you peel them, you cut
or
them
baked
up,
potatoes.
and you make them.
We had real food.
That's not so much
Other
anymore.
than that, well, we do that. Here's my point. I think how do we get back to, like the other night, I love my rigatoni with the Italian sausage. Whole family loves it. It's my go-to when we've been filming all day or I've been working late or whatever it is, and I want something that's like really tasty, really warm, just that everybody loves in the family. That's my go-to recipe. You know it is. It's quick. I got a shortcut. I'll share it with you sometime if you want to know, but it's delicious. And then all of a sudden, someone in the family decided, and I get it, but at the same time, so this is the problem that I face. Okay, so this person, whose name rhymes with GOP, comes in and says, I decided I'm not going to do gluten. I'm going to go gluten-free. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I'm making, and it was like that night I was making the rigatoni. And I'm like, okay, but I'm making the rigatoni. Well, just leave the sauce off. Well, you know how I am. Like, I make my recipe, I toss it all together, I serve it in my little Le Creuset, like, this is what we're having. That's part of the experience. And we all love it. Now I'm like, well, crap. Now do I have to make a whole separate, do I have to go back in my freezer, now thaw out some more Italian sausage, like, do my another sauce so that you can have sauce for yours? You're like, no, I don't want that. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't understand. Like, there's a proportion thing. Like, I've got the portion of the pasta in the pasta box goes with the portion of my sauce. Like, it's a recipe I've used for years. It's my own recipe, but like, oh my gosh, now I've got all this stuff going on. And then like 2 days later, you're like, oh, let's go to Limoncello and I'm going to eat the bread because it's date night. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me right now? Like, now you're going to have, I can have it one night a week. Well, why didn't you have it the other night when I made rigatoni for the family? And so my point is that it's
I know all the answers, but I'm waiting for her.
Well, what
She's
are
asking
they?
Rhetorical questions, but I could still do the answer.
Oh, it wasn't rhetorical at all. I want to know the answer. I want to know.
Why didn't you do that?
But it's frustrating. Can you see where I'm coming from, though?
I understand.
And they don't even know the half of it because you're a diet experiment lunatic. Like, you are.
I am.
Yeah.
No, I admit.
No,
it can't be easy to live with me.
And for you. Like, he does it because he wants the best for everybody. And so, but it's.
I have to learn by doing
hard.
absolutely every.
But you're not the only. I'm not
manual.
just picking on you. Like, we have like other. I'm the most flexible eater. No surprise, there, in the family. But I also will sit there but you know.
But you're the one cooking it, making it, more or less to your specification.
I try to honor everybody in the family, but occasionally I'm going to make.
Unless they're gluten intolerant.
Okay, then I bought you from Amazon the gluten-free pasta from Italy. Supposed to be the best. It was super expensive. It cost a buttload of cash. And then, it came in and you weren't like, I didn't really care for it. What?
No, wait, whoa,
Gosh, like,
whoa.
what? Yeah, whoa. And
Okay.
guess what? We all ate that same damn pasta because of the portions of my thing. Like, I didn't want to make more sauce, and then it sits in the fridge.
And most of the time just in my defense, most of the time I just suck it up and do it. It's not going to kill me. It's not like I become, shh.
Are
Most of
you
I don't
kidding me?
become like
No.
deathly ill. I'm not anaphylactic with gluten.
That's not even
Nothing
true.
like that.
That's not even true. That's not even true.
What? I'm talking now and she's challenging me. What?
Yes.
That's not true.
Because it's not true. That is not true.
What?
How many
Okay, tell me.
times? Okay, since this last time,
Boy, I got a lot of things I need to say
this
when she's
gluten-free thing.
Yeah.
How many times have you been flexible since this last gluten-free episode?
Just that one when we went to Limoncello, the Italian place.
Yes, that's it.
That was it, the only time. But
It's the one time.
let me
One.
defend. So she bought this $50 bag of flour from Italy, it's directly from Italy, grown in Italy, harvested by Italians. It was just everything. No hands touched this, but Italian or Sicilian hands. It was
just
just
for you.
Just for me.
Yeah, they knew it was coming to you.
She called him up personally and said, whatever it was. She gets it in and gets it in there. And so, I said, oh, I'll test it. This is a true story. She's being silly to some point, but she's being real silly. So, so anyway, just drink. And so, just keep drinking. So anyway, so here's what happened. I get the flour out. And maybe I should back up. Since this is taboo talk, when I eat wheat and gluten, what I noticed was the next day I don't have a perfect poop. I can talk about it. This is taboo talk.
Yeah.
I don't have a perfect poop. You know what a perfect poop is? A poop that doesn't.
Okay.
You don't have to wipe because it's clean and just falls out, and you just go, wow, that was perfect poop. And so
It is nice when you're flying.
What?
When you're flying, it's nice to have perfect poops.
It's nice to have it every day. So anyway, I strive for every day.
Really nice.
Okay, so I strive for it every day. So I started noticing a pattern when I had like pasta or a lot of bread or even a pizza, and it was with a lot of wheat. The next day, could I have another case of toilet paper? It didn't work for me, and I thought, I don't like this. I like perfect poops every time. So I said, I'm just not going to eat wheat. I'll eat everything else, but I just won't eat wheat.
Yeah.
And I did, and sure enough, right back to perfect poops. So I said, let me test the Italian wheat. And it was ground up flour. So I tested it. So I made like Italian pancakes is what I call them. And they're made with Italian wheat, made by Italians themselves with only Italian hands touching them. Like I said, this is how it works. Made them, it was fine. Perfect poop, or as I call it, PP the next day. So this is interesting. So I thought, well, I don't really have to be gluten-free. There must be something wrong with American wheat. So again, it goes back to our opening statement. So they've done something to create hybrid wheat to do something that doesn't make the body digest these correctly. So it's a real problem. So if you go to Italy, I hear a lot of times people go there and it's fine.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So if we can probably have just real Italian wheat, and you can have real whole whatever it is, and be as careful as you can, I have a feeling we would never have this issue. I think, I agree with you and I support you. I think here's the way it should be. You should create dinner, you should put it on the table and we eat it. That's how I grew up. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If let's just say I sit down and I'm doing a lower carb diet experiment, I just don't eat the potato or I don't eat this, and that's it.
And
that's what I usually do.
You're usually, in your defense, you're really, really good
I really try to do that. I'd rather just do that than say, I need a whole separate meal. I don't want that. I like it when she cooks because then there's a meal. She's the little woman. That's her only role in our relationship is to fix dinner.
Okay.
Barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen. That's, I think, how this works, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. Keep on trucking down that road, see how far you get.
Let me pat you on the head there.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Anyway, I agree with you. It should be down there. Now, here's where I think we have to be very careful. When you fix that, and let's say that the kids are little. Our kids aren't little anymore.
They're not.
But you You put things on the table from the very beginning. What you do is, that's it. There is no other alternative.
Agreed. That's how I. Yep.
And I couldn't say, oh, I don't want that, or no, you're going to eat all of it, and that's all there is to it. And if you don't, you're not going to get a homemade dessert, which is made with real fruit and crust or something. And so well, okay, I'll eat it all.
Well, that is how we raised the girls. I raised the girls, you raised the girls, and then
Later
did you
on.
raise Angelo like that too? I'm assuming you
Yeah.
did. Like,
Oh, yeah.
this is what we're eating.
Yeah,
like,
this is our dinner, and that was it, yeah.
Agree.
So that's what we did. So anyway, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think what's happened is a lot of people, they get picky, the kids get picky, you let the kids be picky,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's a good
And
idea ever.
let them call the shots.
Yeah, and
stuff.
I don't, then, yeah,
Okay, so
anyway.
I'm going to call you out on something. So I remember when we went to Limoncello. This has nothing to do with the question. I just need to personally get this off my chest.
Uh-oh.
Your little perfect poop thought process,
Yeah.
like that's your excuse. So, but I remember when you went there, and I mean, we ate a lot of bread, a buttload of bread. We kept at like another loaf. If you've never been to Limoncello in North Palm Beach, you should go. And the bread is ridiculous.
It's
Is absolutely ridiculous. Is so good.
yeah, it's addictive, and so I have to go there.
Gosh, like you just can't. There's no way you can not have it. So anyway, so you had it, and the next day I said, "So, how was it after you came out of the bathroom?" You're like, "I had a perfect poop. I guess if I get in and get out, I'm fine." So then my question is, why can't you get in and out every week? And I can make my rigatoni, and I can make it with my own pasta.
Okay, so-
and so we don't have to have that gluten-free that falls apart. What?
She's calling on me. Okay, so I look at it this way. It's
What?
really simple. I knew we were going to Limoncello. You said we've got reservations at Limoncello
Yes.
for Saturday. That's our date night.
Yeah.
And that's my flexible. That's my free meal. I'll eat anything I want at that time in general. And I knew we were going there. So here it is. I think it was Wednesday. Don't give me, it might not be Wednesday. But anyway, let's say it's Wednesday. Here, we're going to have pasta tonight. And I'm thinking, oh, no, I'm saving pasta to test it on Saturday. So then you said, well, what does it matter if you have it there? I said, because I want to honor Limoncello, which is where you wanted to eat Saturday. So, but I'm having to be thrust upon me now. And so it's not a fair trial or test for me. Can I tolerate it once a week? Sometimes that's probably it. It's usually every 4 days you can tolerate a food that you're sensitive to
You know
from
exactly
an allergy.
when you could tolerate it because you've done this experiment probably 1,000 times. So you know exactly. You were just trying to.
I wasn't trying to do
No,
anything. I was trying to
pasta.
preserve my intestines. I was trying to save on toilet paper because it gets expensive.
Okay, fair. But anyway, back to my point. It's really hard because again, I am picking on you because you're here. But like I've got like the girls, again, I've got, one that's like not having dairy and then,
I feel so picked on.
another one that, it's just stuff. It becomes like, and then you get to the holidays. We'll do that at another open bar on that one. But, it's just hard when you are on a different diet plan. And I do understand that. I'm not being a total
I don't think
ass.
I'm the.
I do get it.
In all fairness,
I've been on diet plans, so I know. But I think you should figure it out for yourself. Let the person make whatever they're making, and you figure it out from what's on the table.
Yeah, which is what I've done. And so,
You
in
used
all
to do
fairness
that.
to me, it can't be easy to be married to me, to cook for me, to do anything for me. If I'm doing a massive amount of diet experiments, there's so many different ways to eat, so many different things to leave out. I'm always just looking for what is the ideal, and the perfect ideal. So I thought, okay, I like your idea. I just pick and choose what it is, and then away we go. So I think that works pretty much every time. And especially easy if it's high carb or low carb. If you're doing it, because it's just simple. You either leave the carbs out, up the fat, throw butter on it, or whatever.
No, okay, you're taking all the joy out of cooking for me. I feel like I make what I make because it sounds good, it's delicious.
Okay, hang on. Hang on, just 1 second.
Okay.
I have to appeal to the people, but she's cooking things that she wants, she likes, and so on. Now, in all fairness, I could say the same thing because she won't eat anything I cook. or rarely, unless it's just like a plain egg or something. And then I'm being serious. This isn't a joke or anything.
No, you
like
make
that.
the best eggs on the
So
planet.
she won't eat what I cook. Huh?
I do too. Your eggs are the best on the planet.
Okay, so if I make
and your
egg.
pancakes are delicious. Are you kidding me? I love those things. Your hash browns, I love those. That was my my Mother's Day this year. I wanted you to make me brunch, and that's what you made me. It was the best I've ever had.
But if I kept cooking, I don't know if you would eat every meal I
I don't care for your omelets.
See, I knew it.
But that's just a personal preference because you like yours like flat and slick, and I like them fluffy and like fluffy. And
now we're getting somewhere. Now you see how this works.
That's a personal thing, but that's okay.
As long as she's cooking, it's fine. But when I cook it, it's got to be her way.
Listen, if I
I put it on the table, she should go, "Thank you."
Well, I would.
Except.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so what do I make that you don't like? I know you don't like my spatchcock chicken.
I don't like the bones in it, but I like the
It's a chicken. It has bones.
I know, but it doesn't have to.
I can't get a boneless chicken.
Yeah, boneless chicken breast. That's what I would
Those
do.
are no.
See, that's how I would make it.
We tried it. It didn't have the same flavor.
It's okay. It was good.
No, it was not good. You didn't eat it, so it was not.
Well, anyway.
Well.
So we got nowhere on this one except that we agree that you should cook. The little woman should fix that meal, and the rest of the clan should eat it. Right? That's our conclusion today. Get that woman barefoot and get her in the kitchen and just turn her loose and say, whatever you cook, I'm going to eat. Huh?
What happens to you? Do you I really don't know. I leave you out here with Nathan for like 2 hours. And this
I was filming.
You weren't even. Were you drinking?
I was filming.
I
was drinking in the love of life.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, this is about having fun. Isn't it? Is life about having fun?
Yes.
Couldn't agree more. I think this is fun.
Agree, but you just said about what you just said yourself. I couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more with myself. I'm an appointed authority.
It's the truest J. Robs thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm the GOP guru of persuasion.
Oh my God.
This is so much ginger in here. There's so much ginger, I can't taste the Marianne. Where's that?
Just stop.
Where's the Gilligan when you need him?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do you guys drink mules out there? Because this one's got.
Well, listen.
This one's got some ginger beer. Woo.
So, yes, it does. That's what they all have.
I know, but man, it's zippity doo though.
All right. So then.
Oh yes, we need to.
So I
sign
can
off.
continue.
Yes. Doing what you're doing.
Making my meal, and when it comes time, you're not going to come in and ask me to. Can you make a side thing for me?
No. You know what? When she's in the kitchen, though, she's all sexy looking and everything. So I like to watch her make. I just come in there just to watch her cook. I mean, it's just amazing. The clothes she wears. The few clothes she wears.
When was the last time you were in the kitchen when I was cooking? I'm just calling you out. I don't even know. You make
it's so vivid in my memory. It could have been a year ago, but it just seems like just yesterday. But she's just so foxy in there. Whew. I'm getting a little overheated thinking about it.
All right. Well, we want to know what you think. How do you handle it in your house? Because I feel like it can't just be me. Like, it's just hard. It makes it difficult to make a meal where it pleases everybody. And yes, it can be done, but it does make it difficult. And especially when I think with family recipes that we love and we're connected to, and most of the people in the house like them, and then it's kind of hard. Like, so do we never have that again? And so. Of course, you want to have those things, and I do. It sounds like I never appease you, but I do. And so, anyway, please like, subscribe. We'd love it if you would
comment,
subscribe to our channel.
Do it all.
Yeah, do it all. Send us your questions. Tell us what you do. Like, seriously, give us ideas.
Yeah. Cook us a meal.
Cook us a meal. Make sure it's
Make sure you're barefoot,
vegetarian, dairy-free.
Dairy-free, and we'll just take a bowl of steam and a glass of hot water.
Unless it's limoncello, we'll take extra bread.
That's right. So hope you all
Thanks
have.
for joining us. We love you.
Love you. Hope you all have a pee out there. We love
thought you were going to say, hope you have fun at Peanut.
A Peanut. Have fun down at Peanut.
Yeah, that's what he says to everybody on the boats. Have fun at Peanut.
Yeah. We love you guys.
Hos. Hey. Hey, Hos.
Hey, host.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
What's for dinner?